Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I thought that we would start the new year off by doing a very relaxing and very easy craft that you really don't have to have a lot of special tools to do. Now, I took down my old calendar from last year, so if you guys have your calendar from last year, we're going to use this to make some pretty little simple tags. And like I said, you don't need anything really special. I just used glitter and some leftover bling that I had, and I made this little flower out of a cheap Dollar Tree little bunch of blossoms that I had in there, and put some glitter on it, which made it really nice and stiff, the glitter glue did. And I put a little embellishment in the middle. This is Dollar Tree ribbon, or I should say, yeah, it's organza ribbon. And this is just a little key charm. I have several of those in there. You can find these pretty cheap on eBay. They'll sell them, the Chinese sellers, generally for $3 or $4 for 50 of them. Just make sure that they have an opening that's wide enough for you to put a ribbon through. And that's about it. I mean, that's all I used, and I think this would look absolutely lovely. Maybe if you were to give someone a gift using a clear cellophane bag like they have from the Dollar Tree, put a little bit of paper shreds at the bottom and tie this onto the top of the bag, and I think it'll look really lovely. And I left this space in the back kind of open and clear, so you know I could write to and from on here with a black Sharpie. So these would also make nice little gifts too. And I just ran across the edges here with a purple Sharpie because I don't have any ink pads or anything like that. So we're just using the basics. So, you know, check to see what embellishments you have in your stash, and see if you have any little tiny flowers or whatnot. I'm going to show you some flowers I picked up at the Dollar Tree today. I thought they were so pretty, and I thought, oh, I could make lovely little glittery blossoms out of this for my projects. See, you don't have to buy the real expensive flowers at Michael's and that come in the little packages that they charge ridiculous prices for. You can make your own, and they turn out just as pretty. Okay, so now if you don't have a calendar, don't despair, because when I was at the Dollar Tree today, they had the 2017 calendars, and these are just show you examples of the, let's see, the different images, you know, that they have on the pages. And I mean, for $1 you could buy this and use this calendar. I think the name of the calendar is called, yeah, Bon Voyage 2017. So you can make a lot of really pretty tags out of that one. But I'm using my old one. And for this one, I chose this page here with a little bunny on it. So I'm going to set the rest of the pages here aside for a moment. I just wanted to show you that. And I have to clean this desk up. I've been reorganizing things. I'm trying to make more space for myself. And one of my goals is to make more space on this desk too. Okay, so here's our little bunny page. And I think I'm going to use this here. This was on the back of the calendar, you know, that showed the different pages that they had. So I'm going to use this too. So I'm going to cut that out first. just goes to show you, you can make really pretty things just with what you have in your stash. You don't need any special die cutting machines or anything like that. And I'm not knocking the people who do have them. I just never use them because, for me personally, it would be a waste as many times as I would use it. But if you were doing something as a business, you know, then that would be wonderful to have. But for me, I could never justify it, the price, you know, to spend on the die cutting machines for myself. Okay, so I used what they call craft tags, K-R-A-F-T. They have them on sale on eBay, for sale, not on sale. And a lot of the Chinese sellers will also sell these. That's where I bought these. And generally they'll come with twine, but I'm not using the twine today. And you don't even have to buy these on eBay. You can look up on Google tag templates or tag patterns, and just take some cardboard and you know, cut them out. And just, you know, if you use this shape here where they have a lot of clean lines, it'll look really nice, and you can cut them out very evenly and very nicely. Okay, so I think I'm going to be using this writing here in the corner. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Elmer's glue stick in Disappearing Purple. And I like this because it goes on purple, but of course it doesn't stay purple. It disappears. And you can tell where you've rubbed it on and where you haven't. Make sure you get the edges too, that's really important. And so then I'm going to take this paper, I'm going to flip it over here, and I think I'm going to, let's see, yeah, put it on like so. And then I'm going to cut that little piece out. Just taking my, you know what, I'm going to put this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to take my long blade scissors, put it right up against the cardboard here, and cut. Try to cut without cutting the cardboard. Sometimes I do cut the cardboard, but I try not to. If you lean this right up against here, you can usually get it pretty even. Okay, and so I'm just going to go around and... Alrighty. So you can see that it's kind of curling up. Don't worry about that because you just put a heavy book on it and let the heavy book set on the tag here for about 15-20 minutes, and it comes up perfectly straight. I'm just doing the other side now, like this, all the way around the edges. And I know I should have used my paper towel. Should have done that on my paper towel. Okay. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay this flat like this. And then I'm going to cut this out. And make sure that it's right here on the edge. this out. See, this is why I said, you know, that it would probably be easier if you use this style of tag, because it has clean lines you can cut on. Can you imagine trying to do this with a scallop tag? Okay. Right, and you can I can kind of feel where the hole was originally, and if you kind of press on it like that, then the hole, you can see the hole. If you tip it towards the light, you can see exactly where that hole was, or is, I should say. Yeah, just punch right through it, like so. And if you feel like you want to go back and kind of clean up the edges a little bit, you can. I'm going to go ahead and put a heavy book on this, alright? And then I will be back and we'll finish the tag, okay? Okay, the tag's ready. So I'm going to use this open part here for the back of the tag in case I want to write to and from. And I'm going to decorate this part of the tag here. Now we cut out this little bunny, and I think I'm going to glue it right in the middle here. Okay, and I'm going to use my glue to do this as well. So let's see, paper towel. Okay. Okay. And put it right about here. I think that would look good about there. Okay. Now you don't have to do this part. This is only if you want to. But I took a Sharpie pen, and the reason why I didn't use a paint pen is the paint seemed to take quite a while to dry on the edges here, and I think it's because of the glossy paper. And I'm just going to run right along the edges with this pink pen. And as you can tell, I'm just using the side. Okay, so I just did that. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of glitter, just like I did this one here, on top of the flowers. You can use any glitter glue. I have different ones. This one is called Strawberry Ice, and I like the fine tip ones. So, and just do this here and there on the flowers, just randomly. Just enough to give them some sparkle. And then I think I will use a little bit of the purple. This is called Grape Ice. Just on the purple flowers here. And you can put as much or as little as you want. You don't really need a ton. Just enough to give it, like I said, a little sparkle. Okay. And then maybe on the light pink flowers, I'll use this clear one. It's called, what's the name of it? Icicle. It's called Icicle. doing that because I don't have any pink glitter. Glitter glue, I should say. Okay, so I think that looks really pretty. It just has to dry. So I'll let that dry. Gives it kind of a 3D effect too. I'm sure you can't see it in the camera, but it's really pretty. And so the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to put a strip of bling that I found in my stash. And the Dollar Tree also has bling. You can buy it in the package and it'll come off in strips like this. They have them in different colors, and today I actually saw them in pearls. They had every color you can imagine in pearls. So I figured I would just kind of stick these on here at the bottom. Maybe one at the top. Like here. And this is the type of project you don't rush. You can do this while you're watching TV or listening to the radio on your computer. It's just meant to be a fun craft with no rules. I think I'll put this down here at the bottom. Look what I did. I put it down and pulled up the paper. I know how to fix that. See, I can glue the paper part back on. Okay, and then I might have to add one rhinestone here at the end. I think I will. So, let me see. There's one right here. It's so tiny. I must have miscounted because I thought I counted 13. But apparently not. Okay. So, like I said, there's really no rules. The next thing that I'm going to do after this dries here is I'm going to come back in and put the ribbon and the key on, and we'll make a really quick little flower to put on here. Okay, so I'm going to allow this to dry and then I will be back. Okay, so the glitter is dry on the flowers, and so we're going to add some ribbon at the top. Now this is the organza ribbon that I bought at the Dollar Tree, but I'm going to use this sheer ribbon here in its place, and I'm just going to cut this at an angle on both ends. I like to use about a foot because that way I can tie it onto the cellophane bag that I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to bend this in half and slip it through the key here. And when you buy your keys, just like I said, make sure that it has an open space where you can do this. And I'm going to slide this on here. And make sure that this is even at the top, which it is. And I'm just going to tie it with one overhand knot, like so. I'm just going to straighten that out, like So, okay. And if you have this type of ribbon and you don't want it to fray, then all you need to do is you could use some Aleen Stop Fray, or you can just use some clear or glue, or some glue that dries clear. Put a little dot, just the tiniest dot, on your index finger and your thumb and rub it in, and then just kind of tap the edge like that. You don't need a ton on here to stop the fraying. Okay. Alright, so the last thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a little white blossom. And these are the white blossoms that I was talking about that they have at the Dollar Tree. And they have it now too. I saw those today. In fact, I saw blossoms that, not just the white blossoms, but they had blossoms that were slightly smaller than this in all different colors, but I didn't see it until I walked outside of the store and they had a flower rack sitting out there. That's when I noticed it, and I thought, oh darn. But I didn't want to go back and stand in line again because there were a lot of people and they only had one cashier for some reason. And so I didn't want to go back in and stand in line for that, but I'll get it the next time. So there's only 2 layers on each flower, so I pull a couple of them off, and what I do is I just layer them and, you know, hot glue them together with low temp hot glue. And the one that kind of sticks up the top like that, of course I put that at the very top. So this one has something on it. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to take another one here off the top. Okay, so I'm just taking my low temp glue gun. I don't know what the heck that is. Okay, it was on the flower. I bought it that way apparently. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little dot of low temp and just kind of put the second layer on a little bit askew so one petal is in between the other 2. And then I'm going to put the last layer on here like that, like so. Okay, so now it's nice and fluffy, and it'll get really stiff once you put the glitter glue on it. I just used the iridescent glitter glue on this one, but you can use anything you want. And basically, you can do that. You can also use Twinkles by Deco Art. You get a big bottle of it. You get it in crystal. It's usually found in Michael's or Walmart, where the acrylic paints are, like the folk art paints, the Americana paints. It's very inexpensive. And you can pick it up there and do the same thing. And it's less than $2 a bottle, so in fact I might open this and show you what it looks like and put some of this on too. Okay. Hey, it really sparkles. And they also have the same one with, it's called Craft Twinkles Writer, and the only difference is it has a tip if you want to write with these twinkles, but you know, I don't generally use it to write with. I just kind of rub it on there all the way around until this is covered. And this will be really pretty once it's done, and it'll dry very hard and stiff. So I'm going to set this aside to dry, and I made one already, this one here, and the only thing I have to do is put a little embellishment in the middle. So let me do that now. And I just took an embellishment out of my stash. You can use anything you want. If you don't have this, you can use an acrylic pearl. Anything you want. Seed beads, you can put some turbo tacky glue in the middle there and sprinkle some seed beads in the middle. Okay, so now we have what looks like this. So I'm just going to place that right here in the corner just to make it look really pretty. And probably just about here. I'll hold it for a second. Okay, so here is our lovely tag. And see, no special scrapbooking papers that cost a fortune, no die cutting machines, just something very simple that most of you probably already have in your stash. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I really hope you give this a try, because I had a lot of fun with this, and I'll be making more tags. I think they'll look really pretty on little bags for Mother's Day, birthdays, any holiday you'd like. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless each and every one of you, and thank you for staying with me too. I know sometimes I can be long-winded. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.